Hello everybody and welcome to the core challenge just for my jiu-jitsu chicks. I am super excited for this. So whether you are with me right now or whether you are watching it on the replay, I am hoping that what you get from this is a serious deep dive into the understanding of your personal core activity when you exercise and how to maneuver through that and to continue making sure that what you're doing is giving you the most out of the time you're spending on your exercise, okay? So some of the things here might be a little challenging in the way that you're gonna have to be sort of mindful and really thinking about what's going on. Eventually, you won't have to think about it so much, but if you change your mindset and kind of dig a little deeper with this and really stay with it, I promise you it will give you a deeper level of stability and understanding of the hip and the core area. Overall improvement on everything. It'll be amazing. So I'm excited to get started. So how I was thinking I would do this is based on the poll. It was sort of split. Everybody really wanted the workout sort of with me. So I'm going to do both, actually. I'm going to go ahead and show you the exercises that I'm planning on doing for the day first. And then if you're going to be watching on the replay, then you can go ahead and watch it all the way through once. I would tell you, that would be my recommendation, is to watch it all the way through once, because as I go through the workout, I'm going to be giving reminders and little things to be really super aware of. So it would be helpful to go through it once and then use those exercises and that list of exercises that you have when you go through them for those reminders, because that would be really important. So then after that, I will run through a workout where I'm going to do a little mini warm-up, the routine, and then a little stretching routine at the end. So if you plan on doing this on your own, I love that. I personally love doing that myself. But I would encourage you to watch the whole thing through once and try some of the stretches at the end. Even if you're doing this with me and you think, I'm going to ditch the stretches at the end, try it once and see how you feel after. If you're not used to adding stretches at the end, or it's going to be some quick ones. I'm not going to take an hour. It's literally going to be like 1.5 minutes at the end to just dedicate to a little stretching. So go through the whole thing, watch the whole video once through, and then you can go ahead and do your own workout. So to get us started, what I want to do is just do a little review of what your basic core activation is going to feel like. So take a second. I would highly recommend that you take a second to do this for yourself. It'll just be this first initial learning stage to then incorporate into all your exercises. Okay, so what I mean by that is incorporating a pelvic floor contraction when you do your abdominal contraction. And if you're new to the group, or if you're new to the whole idea of what the heck the pelvic floor is, trust me when I say it is very important and it is part of your core. Absolutely, it's part of your sort of inner stability center that you do want to make sure is coming along with you, and it will benefit you in so many ways that we won't get to right now, because I want to get to the workout and I know you're all anxious to do it too. So first, we're going to start by reviewing what the pelvic floor contraction is with your core, and then we're going to get right into that first exercise and explaining the whole workout for the people who want to just watch on the replay and do their own. Okay, so for your pelvic floor, it is basically the bottom part of you. It's before all the openings, it circles all of your openings. And there's a lot of control there. We won't get into all that right now, but what I want you to do and to know if you're contracting properly is sort of let your stomach out, let everything go, and then tighten and lift from this lower area as if you're shutting off your urine flow. So if you're peeing and you want to shut off that flow, then those are the muscles that you want to contract right now. And then let it go, and then contract it. So if you do that a few times and get a real sense of where you're letting go and where you're contracting, just so you feel what that should feel like. That's going to be huge for you, so that you know, one, are you doing it? Two, Are you able to think about that feeling so that when I'm just, when I'm kind of reminding you during the exercises, then you know what I'm talking about. So that lifting feeling, okay? And then we're going to be incorporating that nice full abdominal contraction with that pelvic floor contraction. So you can try it laying down. All right, so laying down, how I cue people to do this. First, you're going to relax your abdomen. You're not going to do anything. Your head should be down. Everything's relaxed. Focus just on your pelvic floor for a second here, and you're going to tighten around those openings and let go. And tighten and let go. Then you're going to tighten, blow out, and feel everything engage. Your obliques, your transverse abdominis. This whole abdomen should feel like it's drawing in, not pouching out, not like as hard as you can. It is literally an engagement and everything's pulling in. So you're here and you're here. Okay? And then what I'll encourage people to do is just do a tiny little roll back so that you're not arched a lot with these exercises. Because the core, there's a lot of ways to challenge yourself. There's a lot of ways to modify. So I wanted to go over that really quickly so that you understand what it feels like to bring that pelvic floor with your abdominal exercise, making it a complete core. Your hip muscles are very closely related to your pelvic floor. They're literally sitting in it. So hip strength, pelvic floor, core, it is so intermixed. So if I can give that to you all and to help you understand the missing pieces in jiu-jitsu, the things that we need to really dig deep and keep ourselves healthy for, this is going to be a really great start for all of us. So just remember, it's all working together. So do yourself a favor and spend some time figuring out what I just went over so that you can go over it. You can watch this over and over and make sure you're really understanding what that is. That letting go and that bringing in, get a sense of that feeling so that you can monitor and regulate where you personally are at. Okay? So for the first exercise, so what I have for you are 7 exercises. The first one is going to be a controlled bicycle. So you're basically going to get back in that position, think about what your pelvic floor is doing in your core first. You're going to set that up, and then you're going to just do little bicycles to your level. So what you're doing here first, all right, so we're here, we're chill, tighten the pelvic floor, bring everything in, do that little roll back so that you feel like your space back here has disappeared a bit. All right, everything is engaged. Maybe you engage your core first and then your pelvic floor. Do what works best for you, what you feel the strongest doing, okay? So make sure you're solid through here and you're focusing in on what's happening here during the exercise. So I'm going to bring my legs up right here. If you're already lifting up, for the 45 seconds that we're going to do this exercise, I would encourage you to stay here, okay? So right now, what's happening is I can keep everything tight. I can, I'm good here. And my pelvic floor is engaged. I can feel that. So I'm going to go ahead and do some controlled, really focusing in here so that I'm not bulging through my stomach or lifting through my back or letting go of my pelvic floor. So this exercise is going to allow you to challenge all of this and see where you're at. This is a great assessment move. Like, where am I at with all of this, okay? Maybe right now you're feeling like, oh, the pelvic floor is leaving me. So stop, re-engage. If you have hip issues, if you have leakage with exercise, if you have prolapse issues, if you have the need to prevent all of this, and everybody should, then I encourage you to use this exercise as your where am I at and what should I be doing to modify? Okay, so here we go. And then there's that. And you'll be doing that, whatever your level is, for 45 seconds. But during that time, don't just blow through the exercise, okay? Make it worth your time, okay? It'll be better time spent if you do it right and you need to stop for a second to re-engage and then keep going, than just bam, 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 done.
So just make sure you're aware of that the whole time and really challenge yourself. You'll be tired, you'll be more tired, and you'll fatigue your abs more if the exercise is more efficient for you. Okay, so the next exercise is going to be a leg lowering, but you're going to use your arms as well. So that's going to incorporate more of your abdominal challenge. So your arms are going to be overhead and legs are going to be up. So you're going to be dropping one leg down at a time. Again, pelvic floor, I'm engaged through here. You could be up or down with this one. What happens when you come up is you have abdominal, intra-abdominal pressure that then pushes this way. You're curling, so your pressure is getting displaced this way. Your pelvic floor is going to be more challenged when you lift up. And where are we in jiu-jitsu? We're like here a lot, right? A lot of abdominal pressure build up this way. So we need to train these muscles, train our body to react to that pressure appropriately. And these are great exercises to do that with. So here, you could be up. If you feel like you have really good control through the pelvic floor and the core here, you could be up. As that leg goes down, your arms are going to come up to meet that leg, and then like this. So the exercise is going to go like this. This one you can keep controlled too, okay? If you need to keep your range here, that's fine. Or if you need to be down here, okay? So just be mindful of what's happening here so that you're not bulging up through the abdomen or through the pelvic floor. So keep everything with you. Okay, so next we're gonna keep up in that leg up position here. And again, more pressure if you come up. Make sure you can control the pelvic floor in, okay? So that you're not like bulging and pushing everything out. Just a nice engagement in with the abdominals here. And then you can reach to the side, okay? But I'm gonna have you guys keep your frames in. Tight elbows, frames in, and then you're gonna reach, okay? You're gonna reach and pull back. Reach and pull back. Okay? You're going to be working your obliques there. So think about that rib cage. When you work those obliques, the opposite rib cage is going to come to it and come to it. This lower angle of the rib cage, you're going to be bringing in and bringing in. So you want to feel that working while you control pelvic floor with everything else. Okay? Okay, so the next one, we're going to do the side plank lifts. Now, when you do these, I almost would say keep the knee down. If you are a superstar and you really want to keep that leg up, that's fine too. But here, what's happening here is I'm working my hips along with my core. So even the leg that's down, you're going to be activating your glutes in the right way. So I won't spend a lot of time on this either, but this upper back glute is where you want to feel this exercise. So here's my hip bone, and I want to feel it here. Not the big glute max necessarily, but this upper butt in the back, okay? So we're here. Now, I have to keep that lower leg like totally in line this way. For me, it twists my body too much because my hip flexors are tight. So I need to do this, and that's totally fine, okay? So I'm here in this side plank, and then what I'm gonna do is engage the pelvic floor, keep everything tight, be mindful of this area as I lift this leg up and down, okay? And as I do that, again, on that upper butt behind the hip, you're gonna feel it work. If you don't, adjust your hip. Okay, I'm back, sorry about that. All right, so back to this, the hip. So thinking about that with your core, okay? And we'll do both sides with that for 45 seconds each. All right, so the next one, we're gonna get in a plank. Just a regular old plank, but I'm gonna be pulsing the back leg twice and then out to the side twice. Then I'll alternate to the other side and out, okay? So when you set this up, of course, think about the core and everything. You can squeeze your inner thighs together and squeeze your cheeks so that you feel, this one you're gonna feel more the glute max than those side butts, okay? So that'll work everything, obviously, okay? remembering to pull in that pelvic floor and the core. All right, so the next one, we're going to do some controlled hip lifts like we do with triangles. I'm not going to let you use momentum though. I'm going to suggest that you don't use the momentum of the floor and you make it super controlled, okay? So you're here, legs are up. Even use the hands on the floor if you need to dig deep into these lower abdominals and to do some controlled rising and lowering, okay? Again, if you lift up, you can keep your head down too, okay? So here, here, and just make sure you're drawing in and you're not pushing out as you lift up, okay? So that will be your next exercise for 45 seconds. All right, so next, we're gonna work specifically a closed guard guillotine type of exercise. The reason I chose this is because it's a high percentage of intra-abdominal pressure buildup down, like I was saying, and this is a common area where people will leak or have trouble controlling pelvic floor movement. So understanding that in this movement will give you the opportunity to use something and train that. So if you have bands, I know I didn't, I'll let you know what you need for Wednesday. You don't really need anything for today, honestly. You don't have to. This is just a suggestion if you want to make it tougher. So you can sit on a band, bring it around in the front, and do a good wrist grip so that you can come up into that guillotine. You're going to cross your legs like you'd be in closed guard. This is the most advanced way to do this exercise with resistance and your legs off the ground. So you'll be here, and so when you guillotine in closed guard, you're going to be pushing them away from you and pulling up, right? So I'm using a lot of core control here, plus I'm using the resistance of the band. You can take the band away, put the feet on the ground, and you can still do this to get a really isolated lower abdominal pull. Make sure you're not hiking up with your neck, and you're just, it's not really an arm exercise, but you're using that dynamic challenge to keep yourself controlled here. Can I control this while I'm doing all this? It's a lot going on. So this is a great way to train that, okay? You could also use a weight here. Still keep your grip though, okay? So you could do like that. And I'm pelvic floor, keeping tight through here. If I feel like I'm losing it, I'm gonna put my feet down. Okay? It's a good training exercise for that particular movement. Okay, so this is the part where if you want to just do your own exercise, you can, and you're watching this on the replay, I'm going to go into the workout now where I'm going to do a little warm-up. We'll do all those exercises, but I'll time us for 45 seconds each, and then we'll go into a little bit of stretching, okay? So, but before you go, in case you don't watch the rest, Wednesday you're going to need one of these. This is your gi top, rolled up with some rubber bands, super easy. It's just going to help us work a little bit of grip using our gi and also challenging our core a little bit more as well. So you're going to need this and a chair. So in case you need the chair for balance, I want you to have a chair available because we're going to do some standing abs on Wednesday. All right, let's do this, guys. So I'm going to set a timer for the warm-up. We're going to do 4 warm-up exercises. We're going to do 2 rounds of that to warm you up, warm up our abs. And then we'll go into 45 seconds of all of the exercises I just did. So you'll do them right along with me, and I'll keep reminding you of the things that I want you to think about. And then we'll go into a little nice stretch at the end, okay? You guys ready? Let's do this. Grab yourself a little sip of water, and then I'm going to get up and get right into the warm-up. I don't have music playing because I find that when I follow workouts online, the music can be super choppy in the back, and it's a little distracting. I don't have a great sound system for that. Some people online really do have good sound systems, and they can stream that in. So I am choosing to not. So if you want music on, go for it. I'll try to speak up really loud for you. And I apologize, but I forgot to get my timer going here. All right. Okay, are you guys ready? Ready to rock and roll? So you're gonna stand up. We're gonna start with some squat knee lifts, all right? So we're gonna just warm up everything. Go easy with your squats. And we're gonna just do 15 seconds for each exercise. 4 times, oh, sorry, twice. Whoa, 2 times through. Just a little warm up. All right, you ready? Let's go. Stand up. And you're gonna squat, knee lift, squat, and just alternate knees. Just get a good squat. Make sure your knees are behind your feet. You're sitting back into it. You're lifting up. Feel those abs engage, because that's what we're doing to warm up, okay? All right, next, what you're gonna do is a down block. You're gonna stay low, and you're just gonna down block, okay? Down block. Feel the abs pull in. All right, keep going with that. Down, mountain climbers, twisted. So knee comes to the opposite arm, okay? You can go as fast or as controlled with this one as you want, pulling it on that pelvic floor. Come on up, high knees. Okay, ready? Back to squats, knee up. Squats, knee up. Let's go. Feel it in the abs and the butt. Ready? Stay low. Down block. You can touch the floor. You don't have to. You can stay up here. That's fine too. Okay, ready? Mountain climber. Knee to the opposite elbow. Back up for one more 15-second high knees. Go, 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 go. Keep it up. Okay, and stop. And breathe. Okay. So, we are going to come down. You might hear that by the timer I have on. Okay, so controlled bicycle. Everybody go down. And start. Go. Keep it controlled. Be mindful of what your pelvic floor and core are doing. You got this? Really dig deep. Feel it in there. Don't let it go. You can put your head down if you want, or you can keep your frames and keep up into it. We've got 7 seconds. Keep going. We'll have a 5-second rest.
Rest.
Bring your legs up, arms out.
Work.
Okay. Arms up, touch the straight leg. Arms up, touch the straight leg. Keep going. Make sure you're mindful of what your pelvic floor and core are doing as you go. Keep your range limited if you need. Modify it as you need to. Head down or up. Legs straight. Got 7 seconds. Let's go. Is your back arching? Don't let it. 5 seconds. Keep those legs up. Frames tight. Reach to the side.
Work.
Reach to the ankles. Feel those obliques kicking in. Your opposite lower rib cage is engaging. Pelvic floor is engaging. Frames are tight. Let's go, ladies. Keep reaching. You can reach to mid-calf. You can keep your head down. You don't have to engage that heavily if you can't control the pelvic floor while you're doing it. Okay? And we got 7 seconds to go on this one. We got this. Then we're going to be going to plank. Okay? Stop. Go to plank. engage, lift,
Work.
lift, side, side, lift, lift, side, side. Keep your pelvic floor and core. I really should say core as pelvic floor and abdomen, because that's what it is. Side, side. Keep your glutes tight. Inner thighs squeezed. Lift, lift, side, side. You got this. Lift, lift, side, side. Keep going. 5 seconds. Controlled hip lifts to your back again. Let's go. Keep everything tight. Controlled. You got this. Your abs should be burning, you guys. They should be working pretty good right now. Keep pushing through. Being mindful of where your push is. Your push is different than my push, maybe. I'm pushing at this level because I feel like I'm in control of everything. I'm not up here. I can't get as good of a range. I like this, so I can work my range. Like it. Got 10 seconds on this. Let's go. Then we have our guillotine, okay? Come on up. Grab a weight if you want. You don't need it for today. Cross it. Let's go. Pull that guillotine. Choke that guy. It's a guy that we're choking, right? Oh, yeah, it is. It's that big 250 dude. Because that's how we got to choke those guys. We got to get around their necks. All right, pull it in. Keep your pelvic floor in. I'm losing mine. I'm going to take my legs down, and I'm going to do this. But I'm also engaging my core heavily right now. Breathe in whatever way works for you. Maybe breathing in on the way back works for you. There's no right or wrong way, guys. Okay. Nice job. Wait, we missed one. Hip lifts. Totally missed it. All right, we're working. Engage. Butt activation. We got this. All right, 45 seconds of this. Then we'll do the other side. All right, both hips should be working. This one you're working more. You have your core engaged, obliques, pelvic floor. Let's go. 5 seconds, guys. Keep it up there. Keep controlled. Switch sides. Again, that lower leg doesn't have to be straight. Do what you need to do to feel this here, to keep your core engaged and to feel your obliques over here, okay? And I'm headless. I have no head. When you're doing this, try to be mindful of your sagging just to get it up there. Like I said, let's make this a good workout for you. Make it mean something for these glutes and your core, okay? Let's do this. Here we go. We're getting to the 10-second mark, almost. 10 seconds. Keep burning it out. Keep everything engaged. Take it down if you need to for the control, but keep in it. All right. Now, we are ready for some stretching. All right, so you're going to get into child's pose. You're going to be tempted to stop the workout right now and walk away, but don't. Try to do these stretches with me. It's not going to take long. Child's pose, here. Let go of your abs. Let go of your pelvic floor and let it rest. We don't have to keep it hyperactive all day. If you have a shoulder problem, please do this. That'll help the strain on the shoulder. All right, now we're going to take it on an angle. You should feel a pulling through the lats. Feels so good. Let your stomach go. Let your pelvic floor go. We don't have to keep it hyper tight all day. Even if you leak. Other side. Even if you feel like your organs are falling out, or if you want to prevent all of that, we don't have to keep it hyper tight all day. It needs time to rest too. And just breathe. All right, come on up. Onto your stomachs and press up into cobra. Don't let your shoulders hike into your neck. Keep your shoulders drawn away from your ears, shoulder blades together, and feel that ab wall just stretch. Feels good. Even with these stretches though, try not to let your pelvic floor like bust out the bottom. Just let it rest. Okay, you're gonna come up into down dog. Try to stretch into the shoulders, the calves, keep the heels down if you can. Tailbone to the ceiling. Just hang out. All right, next we're gonna pull forward to pigeon. Pull one of your legs through to whatever you can do for pigeon. Earlier on in the group, I showed this exercise, I said this stretch at the edge of a couch or your bed. That's a nice way to modify it. So you put your leg, this front leg up on a couch or a bed, and then you can really sit into that hip. We're stretching the hip flexor. We're stretching the hip out. This is a good one. Come down to make it more of a stretch if you're really flexible. The farther up your foot is, the more you're gonna stretch out your hip too. Pop up. Back to plank, bring the other leg through. Okay? This foot goes higher, it'll stretch me more. If I come down into it, it'll stretch me more. If you can reach way out, modify it so you feel it, but not so you're hurting yourself. Okay? One more after this. We're gonna sit in the V-sit and get those inner thighs. Big risk of groin injury with our sport. So let's sit into our V-sit. So keep your back straight. You don't want to hunch like this. That's not going to do you any good because it'll roll your hips back. So you want your hips forward, but you can roll those knees out. That would work because you want to feel it all through here. Okay, you can go as far forward if you need. If you can lay flat, that's fine. But don't sacrifice a bend in the back. All right, so stay there. Nice neutral spine. And if I want to come forward, I'm going to do it like that, not like that. Can you see the difference? That's not doing anything more for my inner thigh. If anything, I relieved them. So here, see what happens? My pelvis kind of rolls forward, puts more of a pull through here, and then I can lean into it some more effectively, do something. Don't stretch into stretches that cause pain or overstretch you where you feel like you're shaking. That's not effective for stretch. First pull, hang out there, it's great, okay? All right, you guys, that is it for today. So Wednesday, don't forget to have a chair with you, your rolled up gi top for added core strength and stability work. We're gonna do some standing stuff on Wednesday morning. I'm hoping that you felt like this did something, it reached into some areas, helped you think about things a little differently. If you have input for me, I would love to hear it if this wasn't hard enough. If you feel like you want more of a challenge, if you need more modification options, if you didn't understand something I said, please comment below or private message me. I'm fine with that too. That's awesome. Please contact me if you ever have questions. And so there's that. You all did the workout with me, so make sure when this is over, you go in and type done, that I know you did it, and invite 2 friends. That will qualify you to get the guide to the Jiu-Jitsu core crushing challenge exercise, so you have a piece of paper for you to refer to on all the aspects that we've discussed and some of the cool exercises that we did that I feel are super, super good to maintain and keep doing. Your feedback is super important to me, you guys. I don't want to be out here in the world in this online voodoo land exercising and throwing information out that isn't reaching you in a good way. So So communicate with me. Let me know if you feel like, man, you know, I was into this challenge and I was thinking, dang, that girl's gonna work me. And I was like, after, like, what? So I want you to let me know if you feel like you're not being challenged, and I can make sure that you understand how to do that. But also understand that what you think might be challenging you might not be effective. So I want to make sure that we're thinking about things in a little bit of a different way. I want to add value, and I want to add something to your workouts that maybe you didn't think about before. Maybe you'll think about things a little differently that will enhance your overall health for injury prevention and to help current little things that might be going on, okay? So with that said, you guys have a super awesome day. Hopefully you feel like your core worked a bit, and I'll see you Wednesday morning. See you guys later. Bye.